Can you guys guess which one of these teams was resting their 3 best players? Yes, it was the team that won. The team that absolutely dominated during the first half of the game. Without Steph Curry, without Draymond Green, and without Andrew Wiggins. But just like we saw in the 2 games against Sacramento, this new-look Golden State Warriors team can flat out shoot the basketball. And this now means that over the last 3 games, the Dubs have shot 59 of 125 from 3. That's nearly 50%. And this is clearly an emphasis from the Dubs, because even in the first game against LA, where they struggled shooting the ball, they took 48 three-point shots. And there will be games where this is rough to watch. Warriors fans know all about teams missing a lot of threes. Houston. But when things are clicking like we've seen over the last 3 games, this team looks unstoppable. And that's not an exaggeration. I mean, how do you beat a team that is knocking down 20 threes a night, that is moving without the ball, that is sharing the ball, and that has the greatest shooter of all time on that team? And you guys might also find it interesting to note that the 2 teams who attempted the most 3-pointers a game last season were the 2 teams that were in the NBA Finals. Does this mean the Dubs are going to the finals? Well, no, but this is the Golden State Warriors' new strategy. They are going to live and die by the 3-point shot even more than ever before. And Steve Kerr said exactly this just over a week ago.
I want Wiggs shooting, 6, 7 threes a game. I want Brandon. I want Moses. I want D'Anthony. I want to be a high volume 3-point shooting team. I think that's important for us.
And it's only preseason, but so far it's looking like this could prove to be a terrific decision from the Dubs, because whilst everyone has mentioned the Warriors' lack of size, which could become an issue, if there's one way to combat having a lack of size, it's to make the opposition bigs work on the defensive end of the floor. And unsurprisingly, the man at the forefront of this shooting avalanche from the Dubs during preseason, well, actually it's surprising that it's not the GOAT, but someone who is one of the greatest shooters of all time in his own right, Buddy Hield, has delivered on exactly what Warriors fans were hoping for when the Dubs made the move to sign him. Because one thing you can guarantee from Buddy Hield is a lot of 3-point attempts and an equally high amount of 3-point makes. And the reason Buddy is perfect for Dubs basketball is he already knows the philosophy, which is get the ball and move the ball and continue to move into space. Like on this play where he gives the ball up to Anderson. The shot isn't there from initially, so he tries again with Loon, but Sasser is glued to him, but he doesn't stop moving. And watch Lindy Waters come through for the handoff to divert the defense's attention, giving Buddy just a window of opportunity to get the pass and shot up. And those 2 guys right there, Buddy Hield and Lindy Waters, could prove to be genius acquisitions. Now, I have no idea how the Warriors are going to spread the minutes with so many good players and so many good shooters, but it's not a bad problem to have. And I just mentioned him, but Lindy Waters has almost reached a point where he needs to get minutes as well, because he might be the 3rd best shooter on this roster. Not only did he hit 5 threes, including a game winner in his first minutes of preseason against the Clippers.
This is for the win. Oh, he put it in!
But when I say he's the 3rd best shooter on the Dubs, he's a shooter. Look at him here off the handoff from Anderson. He barely has any time to square his feet and set his body, but he does so effortlessly, knocking down the 3 in the process. Or how about on this play where he pitches it ahead to Trace, gets it back, and then just a little crossover to go around the Trace screen before setting and firing. And then of course the 3 he hit for the win against the Clippers, where it was a double pin down, and on the move from beyond the 3-point line, he effortlessly drained it. A big reason he struggled to get minutes in OKC was because he was playing behind Isaiah Joe, who was absolutely lights out all season long for the Thunder. And he's got serious competition on this Dubs team as well, but don't be surprised if you see Lindy Waters getting legit minutes during the season, because at 27, he's been in the league for multiple years. He knows where to be and has the skills to make shots shots that you don't see from too many players, particularly guys that are 6'6" and capable of playing decent defense as well. All I'm saying is, remember when GP2 was looked at as just a random 15th man on the rotation, and in that same season, he was one of the most important players on a championship team. You never know what might unfold, and Lindy Waters is giving himself the best chance to get minutes during this regular season. Now, another guy who is giving himself a great chance to not only get minutes, but start for the Dubs during the season is D'Anthony Melton. Now, in the game against Detroit, he struggled shooting the ball, but preseason isn't just about winning or the numbers players put up. It's about seeing flashes of improvement from young players or the potential that new players can bring to the team. I've already talked about the improvement Moses Moody has made, looking more and more comfortable attacking the rim, showing off some glimpses of a mid-range game, and then doing what he normally does on defense, which is using those athletic tools to be disruptive. Jonathan Kuminga has looked really good from three-point range, and we've seen Pods make some great reads as a backup playmaker behind Steph. Melton is someone that has showcased a bit of everything. We've seen him knock down threes, not just off the catch, but on the move. We've seen him be disruptive defensively, and with Pods exiting the game, we saw him operate as the point guard for a bit during this game. And to have another player capable of handling the ball and setting up his teammates when Steph or Dre aren't on the floor is just so nice to have, because it'll ensure we don't see those large stretches of games where the Dubs offense looks disoriented without either of them on the floor. And it's pretty clear to see that he already has great chemistry with Trace, with 4 of his 7 assists from that game going to Trace, including this play where he brings the ball up the floor. Trace sets the screen, and look at the ability to get Cade on his back, drawing Duren over before lobbing it up to Trace for the flush. Or again, look at him come off this handoff at pace, and his ability to navigate traffic before committing Duren and throwing the perfect lob. That is point guard level manipulation and handling. And honestly, this might have hurt Melton's case to be a starter, because whilst he is really good without the ball in his hands and could easily start next to Steph Curry with his combination of shooting and defense, you guys can't tell me that having someone like this coming off the bench alongside Trace Jackson Davis wouldn't make the Warriors' second unit operate so smoothly. Potentially having a second unit that could involve Melton, Pods, Buddy, Anderson, and Trace, with Gary and Looney and Lindy Waters being in the rotation as well. This team is deep. Honestly, this team might be too deep, but given the age of Steph and Draymond, if the Dubs can find an extra 5 minutes to rest those guys each game without hurting the team, that depth might prove to be extra useful. At the very least, they have about 12 guys that are NBA level players, and if there's not enough minutes to go around, there's always the possibility of a trade. All I know is the Warriors' newest acquisitions and newest game style look really good so far. Now, if you want to see me continue to talk about that, consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video would be great. Click here to watch me talk about the improvements of Moses Moody, or maybe Trace Jackson Davis. Either way, have a great day. Bye.